Hey folks, this is Green Labor, and I hope this day finds you well. Physical beauty and ideology. That seems to be what I hear from arrogant, misinformed right-wingers. They get this notion that if you're a traditional, conservative, ultra-religious woman, that you're some really hot, slutty chick. But if you're a liberal woman that's going to fight for her dignity and for her rights, she must be this really androgynous, leaning toward physically unattractive female. If you're a conservative male, and with their kind of logic, you're considered masculine. You're considered He-Man, strong. But if you're a liberal lefty man, you're considered effeminate. What a crock of shit, folks. Really, what a crock of shit. The truth to the matter that there are liberal lefties who are physically hideous to look at, okay to look at, and quite attractive. By the same token, there are conservatives out there who are attractive, okay looking, and hideous to look at. Your ideology do not determine how beautiful or how strong and what you look like physically toward other people. I mean, if I have to hear one more time, Ann Coulter's a hottie, look at her, and all your liberal women look like Helen Thomas. Folks, you could turn this shit around, you know? I mean, you take former Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher, not exactly the most hot woman around, and you could take Julia Gillard of Australia, the former Prime Minister of Australia, and Julia Gillard, socialist Julia Gillard of the Australian Labor Party versus Margaret Thatcher, capitalist corporatist from the Conservative Party. And if you're, most people with any sense will be like, yeah, they would rather be physically intimate with Julia Gillard. And yeah, I mean, would Sarah Palin be more attractive than, let's say, Helen Thomas? Of course. But here's the thing, folks. Your ideology and your physical characteristics are not going to be correlated. And if that was the case, shouldn't that make, let's see, so let's say these conservatives are correct, and that your physical beauty correlates with your ideology. Where is that fine line where a political position enhances your physical beauty or takes away from your physical beauty? Let's say you're you are a Republican, a run-of-the-mill, middle-of-the-road Republican. You are you support the troops. You like some of the economic message behind the Tea Party. You watch Fox News. You are a loyal Republican, but you are pro-choice on abortion if you're a female. If you're a fairly attractive female and you start discussing that you're conservative across the board, but you're pro-choice on abortion, would that subtract beauty points from you because you're pro-life? I mean, you're not pro-life and you're pro-choice. And what if you're a liberal and you're fairly liberal across the board? Let's say, for example, you are a Democrat, you support Barack Obama, and you were very critical of George W. Bush's presidency. And you're a liberal across the board in just about every issue, but you might not particularly care about gun control. Would that position, were you supporting gun control by Republicans' eyes? Would that enhance your physical beauty? You see how stupid this kind of logic is? And people are people. There are beautiful people, regardless of ideology. Okay-looking people, regardless of ideology, and hideous-looking people because of ideology. So, folks, the folks that wants to sit there and criticize ideology and beauty as if there is some kind of correlation, you're really full of shit. This is Green Labor. I hope you have a great day, regardless of what your ideology is, and comment away and subscribe to this channel.